Okay, so what I did after our sink handle broke off in my wife's hand, I went to Moen.com, M-O-E-N.com. I looked at their top navigation bar, and there's a place that says parts and filters. And you click on that and you can go through a wizard that asks you some questions so you can identify your faucet by by model number if you don't know it, by model name. It turns out that this faucet is something called a Chateau. It was pretty easy to figure out because most of them don't have the same lever mechanism that this one does. But anyway, I was able to get an exploded parts view. Not only does it tell me how the thing goes together, but it also enabled me to do a search on the internet, and I found my parts from Amazon. And so what they sent me was this little kit here, part number 100429. It even came with a little Allen wrench, so we should be able to put this back together pretty quickly. I've already taken this off and in the process broke it, so I've got to figure out a way to put this back on there. This part doesn't come, just a name cap for Moen. So when you take this off, be careful with it. It put a little bit too much pressure, and I just so happened to catch it on the side where this clip was, and I pushed that clip off trying to get it off. So, but anyway, I think I can just stick a little bit of silicone underneath there and hold that in place. But what happened is this handle came off, and you can barely see it. You can barely see it down here, but there's a you can see where it's broken off. That screw just broke off, and when that screw broke off, of course, there's nothing to hold the handle on, so the handle came off. You can't operate the thing though, I should tell you that. You can put that on and it sort of stays in place. If you grab it here, you can up and down, move it around, turn it off. So it's not like an emergency. If it breaks, you can get by with it. It's been about a week since this one broke because it took a while to get the parts. But what we're going to do is see what we can do to fix it right now. I'm going to cut my bag open with the parts in it. See, it looks like there's instructions in here. I'm going to cover my sinks, my drains, because I don't want parts falling down in my sink or in my disposal. And this is a little Allen head screw that broke off. And so that's the reason this whole thing broke. So that's really what we got to fix. And I don't know if you can see down in here or not. You take this off, that comes up. But down inside here is just a screw, Phillips head screw. Got to take loose. And what I'm taking loose is this screw right here. I'm going to take this off. It's obvious once you get it open. I'm going to loosen that and pull this lever handle off. Now ideally, I guess, well, I think it'd be awful hard, you know, to tap that out. And if you've got a really well-equipped shop and tools and a lot of time on your hand, you might be able to repair that by just buying this little screw, but not me. You also see if there's this part here. Now, during my research on the internet, I found that this part here breaks frequently also. And if this part breaks, you have similar results. Your handle's going to come loose. So we don't need any of that anymore because we've got it all new. This is the new piece. This is the new little piece of plastic that I just took out. Okay, now before we get started, we have to put this on here so it faces, just clips on. I don't want to break that part again, we're taking it off, but it just clips on so that the smaller of the holes is on the top, and this bottom hole is cut out so it only goes one way, just fits on one way. And then we just hold that in place while we put that on here somehow. There we go. So this is the new screw. And we just put that back in there like that. We'll put this back on top of here. Once we get those together, it's time to screw the lever on to here. But before we can do that, we have to take this out. And that's where this Allen wrench they sent me with my parts comes in handy, because with the Allen wrench, this comes out very easily. I hope. And it does. And then we can put this one back in, and it fits right into the hole on the lever, which is a hot cold water indicator. Goes there with a red to the left, and this would clip in place, but in this case it just stands in place. And we got a new sink lever. Doesn't come off, and it works.